101 Real Talk Radio, yours truly, your host, Young Trudain, signing in from the Dallas Metroplex area. Just starting off this session by saying that everyone has a story. Everyone has a memory track, a history, his story. But this is my story. 101 Real Talk. Everybody got aspirations and dreams and hopes and realities. But you have to live your story. You have to live your life. You have to live out your dreams, your hopes, and your aspirations if you ever really, truly want to do what you're, or at least what you think you're on this earth to do. I like talking. I'm a teacher. I know a lot about religion, so you can call me a preacher. I rap. You can call me a rapper. I sing, and you can call me a singer. But to be a VJ is what I really truly want to be. A person that can air out his feelings, his hopes and his fears, his realness, his hardness, his softness, to everybody so they can have their own personal opinions and views about this person. Me. You know, some people ain't gonna look too good on me, some people ain't gonna look too bad on me. But however they look, I chose to keep it 101. You know, that's all I can do. So I chose in my story, I wasn't gonna hide no punches. You know, make no mask of things. I was gonna keep it 101 real. You know, and that's just my own view of things. So I'm not gonna stop doing that, y'all. Not just because, I witnessed the stuff that I see, you know. It's not gonna shut my mouth because of the places that I go or the blocks that I watch, you know. Murder is something that's all around bad for everybody. Nobody wins. And black folks, we really need to understand that we're killing our own kind, killing our own people. We're giving our guns to our daughters and brothers, sisters and mothers, and they're shooting up each other. Yes, we went through 500 years of slavery, and the Willie Lynch mentality has kind of filtered through our mind system. But somewhere in the grains, it seemed like that Willie Lynch theory met up to another theory that was already there. And what theory is that? Survival of the fittest. Eat or be eaten. Kill or be killed. Real or be real. Raw. Uncut. Violence. Natural. Jungle Book. Can't blame anybody for our own way of acting and reacting to any situation. Because once again, excuse me, it's your own will. You know, it's your own emotion. A white man could beat the anger into us, but nobody can ever make you react unless you want to react. You see, they say if you push a dog into a corner, he will come out and fight. Maybe. But you push that same horse in that stall and he doesn't come out and fight. He runs. You know? It's like everybody reacts to things differently. The reaction is what takes your power. What do you mean? Because once you feed into it, you're now giving them your power. How you feed into it is the way you react. There are laws to being a human. There are traits as well. We are like no different. And I repeat, we are no different than the most regular of regular animals. Yes, we might be a little bit more mentally capable and trained, but the rules of the animal kingdom still apply, even to us. We just take it to different levels. So the rules of the game are simple. First rule, love your own. Second rule, take care of your own. Third rule, guide your own. Fourth rule, apply the game to your own. America, that's the message I want you to hear. Whether you want to see me see something or see me having an opinion, I definitely would overcast that opinion and come from somewhere totally different in my thought. Dallas, Texas. You see, it all applies the same. It's the same application. Just like I said, in different levels of the game. Now, how you feel about it, well, it's on you. But there are rules. There are also traits to this. Traits like jealousy, rage, envy, spite. These are the actions. These are literally the actions of men. The first one I said was very important. Jealousy. Jealousy is a killer of all. Before you can look at a natural killer, you have to look at the mental killer, the mind. They said, Chris, Are you scared of anything? You know, and old, my reaction would have been like, man, I'm never scared. I was taught not to fear itself. Picture that. I was taught not to fear itself, but have fear in the Lord. Because even our God possesses the same rules. Jealousy does apply. He said, I am a jealous God. Rage. He also said, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Yes, these are strict rules that must be adhered to in the kingdom of man. They don't want me to say nigga no more. Well, sometimes I just feel like I'm a newly integrated, gaining, gathering, achievement. Newly integrated, gaining, gathering, achievement. A nigga. It's just a definition of the kind of animal we have grown accustomed to be. If you look at it that way. Sometimes you have to also adapt. It's another rule in the game, adaptation. To be able to adapt to your environment, to your living situation, to your situation itself as a whole. In life, we all learn to adapt, or we die. Like those who didn't, those who wouldn't, those who couldn't, and those who don't. Adapt. You know, somebody told me once, she said, life is a game. The game of life. You ever played it, America? Well, if before the game of life, I think the realest game out there was Monopoly. That was the first game ever that had a jail. Picture that. In the game, they had a jail. And you had to cross that jail. Everybody did. Go to jail. Ain't that something? And then you had chance cards. You know, you got a chance, an opportunity. And then you got what they call the community chest. See that community chest? That's everybody that put in a little something for the community. Yeah, Parker Brothers. Was brothers. Two people that should never disagree, or should never agree to disagree, or should never agree together. Brothers. I told my brother once, I said, brother, we are from the same tree. We just stem from different branches. You know? We still a part of that tree, the tree of life. Picture that, America. Y'all can't scare me no more. Because I ain't scared of my own people. But I do know the rules. I do know the consequences. I do know the adaptation that I would have to adhere to just to be American. You see, we as young people, because I'm only 33, I'm going to be 34, June 17th, 1978. Real talk, if there ever was any. I played Monopoly, y'all. I respect that game more. Why? Because, man, it was 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, about 12 blocks. Let's count. You had to. This is why I love Monopoly, because it had every portion of USA. It was truly a USA game. It started off in the hood. Let's warm up. Let's count. Let's do the numbers. So, in the ghetto, they had 2 properties. Baltic, Mediterranean. Picture that. As you pass go, start your life. As you pass go, you gotta start in the ghetto. It's a reason why these 2 brothers made the ghetto for everybody first. 2 spots. You can always cross the ghetto. That's why it's there. That's only fair. You know what I'm saying? And then you go, you pass a train, Reading Railroad. Yeah. You got a chance to get knowledge, education. You get a chance. And then you move up to Oriental. you gotta meet them Chinese. Then after that you go mess with St. Charles. And then Tennessee. In New York. You know what I'm saying? Then you roll over and you go to Illinois. And after you go to Illinois, you go to Marvin Gardens. And after Marvin Gardens, you fuck around and hit Pennsylvania. And after Pennsylvania, you gotta go to California. To Boardwalk and Park Place. And then you're back at go. Visit that, I had to say that quick. You're back at go. After all that, you're back at go. What you do next? Do I go back to the ghetto? Well, that's where I came from. Picture, sometimes you guys really just gotta picture in your mind the process of how it works inside. And then you're back at go. To go past the ghetto again. And to do it all over again, to win all the money. It's a game, y'all. Chance. They displayed us perfectly. And they gave it to the whole world and said, your community is like this. It's going to grow like this. It will be like this, no matter how it's played. This is what Earth is. A monopoly board. London and one real talk. There's only one with a jail. A jail. Picture that. Go to jail. And then you pick up a chess card and say go to jail. Then you pick up a community chess card and it say go to jail. So that means evidently you gonna see jail somewhere in your life. Because they got a stop that will send you to jail. And then they got free parking. But free parking is like third ways. The ghetto is as your kids. You grow up there and you meet the Orientals. Your teenage years. when you go around St. Charles, you're in your 20s. New York, you're around 25. You know, Illinois, you're around 27, 28. Marvin Gardens is at 30. You know, Pennsylvania Avenue is where I'm at 33. One of my goals was to be a millionaire at 30. I'm 3 years past that now. And consider me that, a millionaire, in my mind. Because I know the rules. I know what applies to the game. You know what I'm saying? America. You got railroads at four corners. Pennsylvania Railroad, B&O, you know, Reading Railroad. You got education, you know. Look at all the opportunities. Pass go. Pass go. It's the reason why we pass and go all the time. That's every year you make it. So, every year you make it, you pass go. To start over again. Let's just say that's like the countdown. You know? Real talk. That's why Monopoly sold so much. The concept made sense. And if it don't make dollars, even in Monopoly money, we had a bank. The bank. How much cash can you sell? You know? They say don't hate the player, hate the game. Why hate the game? Stop hating. These niggas just don't understand. You can't even put hate in the equation. Only to look at it and watch it. Because hate is another card. You know? And then you put the card with the player that hated. You call him a player hater. Which is basically broke down to is another competitor trying to win. Who wins first doesn't matter. Who loses, yes, because the losers are losers. But everybody has to lose. To win, you have to lose. That's why you started go. You already lost at go. Good job. But you have the government that says, well, we're going to start you off in the game with $1,500. $1,500. And we're going to see what you do with this cash. That's the government. You know, they're always got your back. The government even supports the bank. The government is the people. I ain't gonna even say supposedly. That's what it is, y'all. Y'all can't even hate on what it is. So if that's the structure, then stop hating the game. You just know the structure. Winners and losers. That's what we have all aspired to see. Not to even conquer, because you can't conquer losing if you start off as a loser. So how can you conquer start? A baby starts with no money. That's why they call him a baby. You live in the house, you call it a crib. You have a mama that supports the baby and bring it to you in reality as much as you guys want to do it for me. But there are purposes and reasons for everything you see. or everything the world is trying to show y'all that y'all don't see. The light looks at you like the night. Two separate entities that cannot be divided. Why? Because they're united. When you see your shadow, you see a reflection of oneself. That is a shadow. They try to beat each other so much, they agreed to disagree, to be agreeably disagreeable. Figure that out. They emerged, submerged together because they couldn't beat each other. Some things are unwinnable. Some games are unwinnable. Even the gods of gods have seen that. This is a unwinnable game. Life is a trap. As we in the hood say it. It's not the hood that's a trap. It's life itself. You're trapped in your head. You're trapped in your mind. And even when you are deceased, you find yourself still in the trap. See, once it starts, it never ends. Eternity has already been turning. You guys just don't see it. You are in eternity. Just because there's a reset button doesn't mean that it's not in plain lingo. It's all a trap. As much as you try to run, you better just run into the trap. It's like the mirror. Trapped you in a mirror. A reflective reflection of something that's there and that's not there at the same time. It's a trap. And we show ourselves that trap every day in time. Think about the game, Monopoly. Think about it. Think about Einstein. Think about the theories. And then you ask, is there a God? Yes, I believe there is. There is a God. The God that created the trap. The only one true God. And unfortunately, he's trapped too. Yep. That's what happens when everybody tries to win. When jealousy comes in. When you see the unseen. When you speak the unspeakable. So you record it. So you can remember one day in time, you was at this position. In the mirror. In the light. Catching the light. In the mirror. A reflection of oneself. If God made man in his image, that's how he trapped himself. Once you are mixed, you are mixed for life. Yes. But it makes sense. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. but that makes sense. Want to answer some of the world's secrets? I can tell you easy. In the Bible it says, in order to make a man, God prayed, or breathe, or breaths. Tell you the truth. Yep, I did it. And what? And I'm the G. So, he said he breath, bro. And then there was life. So, if we made him in his image, and he gave him the breath of life, he trapped himself in the body. And you give something to someone. It's the best thing you can ever do. Let me say that real quick. Why? Because it's sweeter that way. When Jesus died, he said he gave his life. And he gave up the ghost. What happens then? It's like a waiting when you're back in the system again. Waiting for what? Father Time to give you another seed, to create another purpose, to give another divine intervention, to give another greater understanding of the things that we create. Creation. But what was before creation? The Creator. No. Life. Created itself in a black hole. That was before the Creator. You see, when you enter a black hole, they say it sucks all the matter down to somewhere in space. Where? And that's the power of the two theories. You see, the ultimate battle is the light and the darkness. Black and white. Trapped. Even in the skin color. Light and darkness. Both are the same entity. Mixed, intertwined together. And then you make all the other entities from that. They say everything started with a big bang. This is true. This is true. You know what the Big Bang was? Black hole started the Big Bang. It makes sense. It makes sense. You see, when the black hole got everything to swirling, shit start hitting together. When nothing can surround anything, and nothing moves at all, something got happen. And you know what that is? Y'all wasn't ready for that. That's why I kind of got to hit it quick. Breath, air, air. Nothing is anything, and anything is nothing without That's what created the black hole. The power of nothing. When I was a kid, I told my mom, I said, Mom, I feel like I'm in a state of nothingness, of void. Everybody is scared of the void. In the movie, he says, when a god dies, where does a god go to? The void. Nothingness. Everything is a great power. Nothingness is even the same. Let's just say the same. If nothing is ever wrong, what can be right? And if everything is right, what could be wrong? So you got what? A magnet. You would have to turn over 7 degrees of separation. What forced the movement? Then you will find the answer. How did it flip over? Well, when it did flip over, that's when you got the real power. You see, it's very much understandable if you look at nothing power and something power. When a magnet attracts to each other, it pulls together. When you turn the magnet over, that's when you get a different force, a separation. But just like you get the force of the pulling together, the attraction, you also get the force of the separation. And it's majestical to see that force of separation, not wanting to bring these two entities together, and they both black. Picture that. So, I think in our culture, we have flipped a coin. And we have learned to come together, attract. But yet, in the inside, some things are still separate. And we bring these entities into because it's never fun only on one side. So, if you have all danger, it ain't gonna be fun. If you have all goodness, it might be fun for a little while. But it's when you mix up the two that you get the constant energy from both sides as you go along in life. So when the black hole started moving, you get a term, Earths collide. Everything gone, till you get that separation again. It's in our makeup, because we could never make up. And look at the word, make up, in all sense of the matter, and matter, because if you don't mind, then it doesn't matter, and if you do mind, then it should matter, because it has a mind to matter, and mind matters. I keep using those two words because it's mind and matter, that's what it is, the magnet theory. You heard it first. 101 Real Talk. Mind, matter, theory. It's nothing new. but it's the positions and the truth in what you hear and the plainness spoken word. So everything created itself by separation. Not wanting to attract attracts the attraction. That's what flips it. Standing still will make something happen. Not doing something will make something happen. Vice versa. Doing something will make something happen. Good morning.
Morning, man.
Wanna hit this?
I hear you in a minute. I have to kind of play around.